She didn't cry when the billionaire's wife threw the glass of sparkling water across her apron. She didn't flinch when the room fell silent, when forks froze in midair, when dozens of wealthy strangers turned to stare as if humiliation were just another course on the menu. She simply stood there, soaked and trembling, holding the empty tray with both hands like it was the only thing keeping her from falling apart. But what she did next would leave every person in that glittering restaurant too stunned to speak. Before we begin, if you believe kindness still matters and that every human being deserves respect no matter how poor or powerless they seem, please take a second to like this video, comment where you're watching from, share it with someone who believes in second chances, and subscribe to the channel for more emotional stories that stay with you long after they end. On a cold Friday night in Manhattan, the chandeliers inside Leclerc shimmered like stars trapped in crystal. It was the kind of place where one dinner cost more than a month's rent for people like Elena Brooks. At 26, Elena worked double shifts as a waitress, her feet aching, her smile carefully stitched together, and her heart carrying more weight than anyone in that room could see. Her mother was in a rehabilitation center after a stroke, her younger brother had dropped out of college because they couldn't afford tuition, and every dollar Elena earned was already promised to a bill waiting at home. She lived in a tiny apartment with peeling walls, but every morning she still tied her hair back, put on her uniform, and whispered the same promise to herself in the mirror: just survive one more day. That night had already tested her. A customer had snapped at her for bringing still water instead of sparkling. Another had laughed when she mispronounced the name of a French wine she could never dream of buying. But Elena kept moving, because people like her didn't have the luxury of breaking down. Then, just after 8, the hostess leaned in and whispered that an important couple had arrived. The owner himself rushed to the front. Every server straightened up, the whispers spread like smoke. It was Victoria Hale, the glamorous wife of billionaire investor Adrian Hale, a woman whose face appeared in magazines, charity galas, and luxury fashion campaigns. She entered the restaurant draped in diamonds and coldness, as if she expected the room itself to bow. At first, Elena tried not to look nervous. She approached the table with practiced grace, introduced herself, and offered the evening specials. But Victoria barely looked at her. Her eyes traveled slowly over Elena's worn shoes, the cheap concealer hiding sleepless nights, and the slight tremor in her hands. There was a cruelty in Victoria's gaze that Elena recognized immediately. It was the look some people gave when they had money, power, and absolutely no memory of struggle.